Hello, and thank you so much for tuning back into another one of my product reviews. So I'm going to talk about the Kerestase Ciment Thermique, which looks like this. So Kerestase is French, so everything's in French. So yes, that's why Kerestase looks like that. It's part of the resistance line, so you sound really fancy when you talk about it. Just some basics on it, and then I'll, get all scientific. So it is a thermique, which kind of gives it away. It's thermal protection up to 450. Two things I love about it is it's extremely lightweight. So it's good for the fine hair that's also a little damaged from highlight or even coloring. But it smells incredible. Because when we put things in our hair, especially like the day and we're gonna leave it in there, I mean, we want it to smell good. But I mean, this stuff seriously smells good. It smells like a flower or like some sort of plant. I don't know. I love it. Like a little bit of a perfume. I mean, you can just put it in your hair just for the smell. But it really does smell good. That's like the #1 comment I get when I use it on people is, wow, that smells good. What is that? And then it's usually this. But anyway, so more basics. It causes 85% less breakage from blow drying. So in my last video, I kind of talked about how it places shingles down to help with friction. Same concept with this guy. And it's going to nourish your hair fiber, and it's going to illuminate and create shiny, gorgeous, healthy hair. And I mean, it's perfect for lightened hair, not lightened hair, but I mean, it's designed for lightened hair. So most of the time when you go blonde, so to go blonde, you kind of have to put lightener on your hair. The lightener is eating your melanin, which is the color pigment, but it's going to eat other things too because it's not, that smart. So when that happens, it blows the cuticles open, which I explained earlier. When your cuticles aren't down flat, sunlight can't reflect. When they're down flat, sunlight can reflect, creating shiny hair. So when we lighten your hair, we have to open the cuticle to get in there and get the color pigment out. So we want to lay that cuticle back down so that way your blonde actually looks healthy, nourished, shiny, beautiful, soft, all the amazing things that we need. So it's got some key ingredients. The #1 key ingredient is pro-keratin. It's pretty much the same thing as it sounds. It sounds like keratin. And that's what it is. It mimics keratin. So keratin's what your hair produces. Pro-keratin is man-made keratin, essentially. It's the best way I can describe it. Second key ingredient is ceramides. Big fancy word. Whole lot of shine. Great for your hair. And the last thing is something really cool called Resurrection Plant Sap. The fact that it says resurrection in there is gonna, just keep that in your forefront of your brain, and I'll explain it. So now I'm gonna break these ingredients down because I'm a science geek and I like to do that. So what does pro-keratin do? Well, you've heard of keratin, I'm assuming. If not, keratin is the #1 protein that is found in your hair, skin, and nails. So when you say my hair is brittle, it's damaged, that is your protein. When we lighten your hair, it breaks about 20% of bonds each time we lighten it. So most stylists, including myself, put stuff in the lightener. So it is a faux protein that causes the lightener to attack the faux protein before your keratin protein. And then we like to do treatments afterwards. which is a Fusio dose, which is by Kerestase. This is found in their Fusio doses in a very high quantity. So this isn't a daily treatment. So it's going to be lower amount, but you're getting it daily versus a Fusio doses like every 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. So, fun fact about pro-keratin is it's also found in your organs and your glands. So it's a very important, huge protein. So by putting protein back in your hair, it's going to make your hair healthier, stronger, more protective. The cool thing about the keratin protein versus a lot of other products to keep the budget down are going to use wheat protein, which is a protein that's found in wheat, vegetable protein, which is a protein found in vegetables. This is a pro-keratin, so this is designed to mimic your natural hair protein, which is, we all know that we try to buy things, get things that's just as good as what our body creates, but we all know that our body creates the best stuff. So we want to mimic that as much as possible. So the pro-keratin protein is a protective protein, so it's less prone to scratching, tearing, any kind of damage, and it's like the #1 strong protein that is found in your whole body. So huge, huge, huge. So keratin is the structural building block in your hair, so that's your foundation. So if you do not have protein, preferably keratin protein, you're not going to get your color to stick, because what does color latch onto? It latches onto your protein in your hair. So if you don't have any protein, your color is going to go in like a freight train, and it's not going to come, like, it's going to either stay in your cuticle and it ain't coming out, or option B is it falls out in one wash, and that's just because it has nothing to cling to. So you want to have that building block in any kind of coloring service or just in general, because we all know what a house does without a foundation. It collapses. So we need that foundation. Like I was explaining earlier, how it pushes all the cuticles down. So that's going to create smoother, easier, manageable hair, because when your cuticle is pushed down, you're able to brush it a lot easier. You're not going to get tangles, snags, anything like that. So, another cool thing is protein tends to kind of plump the hair strand up a little bit. So, it'll make you feel like you have thicker, more voluptuous hair. So, what a lot of people worry about is if they're putting all these moisturizing hair products in their hair, that their hair is going to be weighed down. Like I was saying earlier, this is such a lightweight product. I can use it in any of my clients' hair, any of them. I mean, literally any of them. It's not going to weigh it down. I had a lady the other day that had really, really fine hair, but it was also dry, damaged, and brittle because we had to do a little bit of a correction on it. And that's exactly what I used on her, because I didn't want to weigh her hair down because it was already fine. But she needed that moisture and that protein. So that's what she went home with, and she loves it, and it's great. Cool thing about keratin protein for curly hair is it reduces frizz. So I despise frizz. I used to straighten my hair every day because I hated frizz that much. You just have to know how to do your curly hair, but protein in your hair, man, if you start lacking protein in curly hair, your curls will not be there, and they'll be it'll just be a frizzy mess that you will have no structure to your hair. So that is pro-keratin. Next, we are going to talk about the ceramides, also found in the Fusio doses. Same concept. The Fusio doses, I think, are like 10,000 in the ceramides. This is going to be a lower dose, but like I said, the Fusio dose is great for 6 to 8 weeks, and then this is for your daily to keep it up. So do you need 10,000 a day? No. But do you need 10,000 every 6 to 8 weeks? Yes. And then keep it going with this. Anyway, so what is a ceramide? It is a class of fatty acid called a lipid. So foundation of your hair, you have acid and alkaline, correct? Hair lives in the acidic range. So by putting an acid back in your hair, that's its happy place. So when we are perming hair, when we are relaxing hair, we are using an alkaline ingredient to break that hair bond. So putting acids back in your hair is very healthy. I know the word acid is like disturbing, like it's gonna melt your hair off, but in like proteins and all that land, it's great for your hair because your hair lives in that. If you're gonna put alkaline on your hair every day, your hair's gonna fall off. So, fun fact. It's also naturally found in skin cells, and it actually makes up 50% of the top layer of your skin. So, once again, I love that they keep it natural. They're not putting all this fake stuff in it. They're giving you what your body already creates, which is it's amazing because our body knows what it's doing. So I love that they are not being skimpy with their ingredients, which is why the price point is a little higher. However, the ingredients are pure and luxurious, and they're not watering anything down. So I wrote this down because I thought this is a super fun fact. They're actually noted for their role in their brain and nervous system development. So to me, that showed its major importance in your body and how strong it is. If it's found in your brain, in your nervous system, I mean, those are two complex things that I know nothing about. I may like science, but I don't know much about that. But it's found in that. So, I mean, it's good stuff. They act like a conditioning agent, locking in nutrients and strengthening the hair shaft. So by locking in all that stuff, man, I mean, you're just creating shiny hair. It's for dry, damaged hair, and it restores the overall appearance of the hair. So it's going to give you healthy hair. And what I love about it is it gives you healthy hair immediately. It's not like you're going to use it and I'll tell you a month down the road, you're going to start seeing results. You will see results after one use. Will you see better results in a month? Absolutely. But you will see immediate results. So, cool fact, this helps with dry scalp. You don't want to put things directly on your scalp because it'll make it greasy. However, the concept that I'm trying to get across is it's so nourishing, it's actually good for your scalp. So, and without a healthy scalp, you're not going to have healthy hair. Without healthy roots on a tree, the tree dies. You cut its roots off, the tree dies. You got to have healthy roots. And it restores your hair moisture. So the last ingredient, I think, is the coolest ingredient. When I was researching this ingredient, I'd never heard of it. It's called Resurrection Plant Sap. Never heard of it. Most of the time, I've heard of things. But when I dig deeper, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know it did that. Whoa, I didn't know it did that. But this one, never heard of. And they like promote it like huge. Like Kerestase is like, yeah, it has this in there. And I'm like, what is it? It sounds cool. Resurrection Plant Sap. The fact that it says resurrection plant and it's the sap of the plant sounds cool to me. But so there's actually a really fun fact about this. I guess it's not funny, but I thought it was extremely interesting when I was researching that specific plant. It has the ability to survive almost complete dehydration and is able to come back to life after 10 years of near death. I mean, I didn't water my aloe plant for 3 months and I was like, holy crap, this thing is never gonna die. Literally, I tried to kill it. It's like, I'm not gonna water you. You're so big. I want you to die. And then when it survived my 3 months, I'm like, okay, you're worth it. So now it's in my kitchen.